So part 2 of the story begins by saying, for the next 9 years, the king and queen mourned the loss of their son. To mourn, M-O-U-R-N, mourn something or someone means to be very sad because that thing is gone. Often dead, but certainly gone forever.
OK，mourn 这个字呢，表示哀痛、伤痛哦。它呢可以当做及物动词，例如呢我们课文这边的用法。那它也可以当做不及物动词，后面加上 for 或者是 over。例如呢 mourned over 或是 mourned for the lost prince。OK， 他们在为这个失去的王子来伤心哦。OK，they didn't just sit around crying though. The article says, however, they also began to organize a curious group of rescuers.
Okay, now rescuers are people who go somewhere to rescue someone or something. But this group is kind of curious. They're not like, we're going to send the bravest knights of the kingdom. No, not quite. They're getting together a slightly strange group. As the next sentence says, this odd crew was tasked with venturing into London and bringing the prince home. Got a few words to look at here, and the first one is odd, O-D-D, odd. If something is odd, it is strange or unusual, just not normal or not like what you would expect. Now, we're describing a crew or group of people here, so an odd crew would be a group of all sorts of strange people who have different skills, different backgrounds, and so on.
OK，odd 这个形容词呢，就是形容这个怪怪的哦。那呢，它跟课文前面用的 curious 一样 ，curious 呢在这边不是当做好奇来使用，是形容呢这一组人马怎么样稀奇古怪。那呢，你也可以说 odd。And this odd crew was tasked with venturing into London.
That's right. Now, if you're tasked with something, someone has given you a job to do. Your boss might task you with some assignments, or your mother might task you with some housework. Here, the king and queen have given them a task, which is to venture into London. To venture somewhere is to go somewhere risky or dangerous or where you might get in trouble.
OK，task 这个字呢，当做名词呢，表示一个任务。那这边呢，则是当做动词来使用了，表示呢给任务。例如呢，老板交办你一个任务，或是妈妈叫你做家事，这个任务呢就可以叫做 task， 它可以当名词，也可以当动词。那课文呢，这组人马呢，他们的任务是什么呢？就是要去伦敦来冒险，去伦敦呢冒险犯难来把这个王子救回来。Venture 这个动词呢，就表示去冒险。就好像呢，我们怎么说 ？Go on an adventure. Okay, let's meet some of these odd people. The article says first they asked Hans, a giant, to help them.
Okay, so Hans is a giant or a huge person. Now, the article says they wanted to keep Hans from attracting too much attention, though, so they made him invisible. Cool. To keep something from happening means to stop something from happening. Now, Hans is really big, so he will get a lot of attention. People will look at him and probably run. So they make him invisible, meaning no one can see him.
OK， 所以你这个片语 keep 谁 from 什么事情呢？表示避免这个事情发生在这个人身上。OK， 因为呢 Hans 是一个 giant 就是一个巨人哦。OK， 所以呢要避免他吸引太多注意力呢，他们呢就把它弄成隐形的。OK， 我们这边看到 make 这个动词呢表示制作，但是如果我们 make 人或东西后面再加上形容词呢，就表示呢把这个人或这个东西呢变得怎么样？这边呢就是呢 make Hans invisible， 把 Hans 呢变成看不见的 invisible 就是隐形的。OK， there are other people too. The article says next they approached how to pronounce his name?
Gertrude.
Okay, a slightly batty fairy and
Cornelius,
a wizard.
Okay, so Gertrude is slightly batty. Okay, batty is kind of a slang word for a little bit crazy. Not really crazy, just not quite right in the head. Okay, so she's a batty fairy, and there's also a wizard who is a man, usually an old man, who can use magic, like Gandalf or Merlin or Mr. Potter.
OK， 除了巨人之外呢，他们也找到了其他人呢，例如这个 A Batty Fairy， 就是呢这个有一点怪怪、有一点疯狂的这个精灵哦。那还有呢一个巫师 Wizard， 就是巫师。OK，approach 呢这边动词呢它是表示达到哦，这边呢则是表示呢找到这些人 ，reach 到这些人，跟他们有接触。OK，there's one more person.
Okay.
The story says finally.
Odge, yeah.
A young witch joined the team.
Okay, now we're going to learn a bit more about Odge here. It says, Odge had always felt like a disappointment to her parents. Let's look at this word disappointment. So disappointment is a noun. It's quite a long one. It's spelled D-I-S-A-P-P-O-I-N-T-M-E-N-T. Disappointment. And here we're saying something is or someone is a disappointment. And a disappointment is something you thought was going to be good, but wasn't. When we're talking about a person and describing a person as a disappointment, it means they've let someone down and not done what people were hoping or expecting them to do.
OK，disappoint 这个动词呢，表示使失望，让谁失望，我们可以用这个动词。那这边的名词 disappointment 这边呢，就是形容人哦，表示呢，他的父母呢，对于这个巫女呢，他是寄予厚望，但是呢，他没有达成目标。例如呢，爸爸妈妈都希望我考试考100分，哎呀，但是我考不及格，这个时候呢，我就是一个 disappointment。OK，the article says therefore she wanted to achieve something great to impress them.
Okay, so to achieve, A-C-H-I-E-V-E, achieve something means to do something that is difficult and which will impress people. Achieving something suggests that there has been some kind of challenge. It wasn't easy, and you had to work hard or show your skill and all your abilities to do it or to achieve it.
Achieve 呢，中文就翻译为达成或者是呢实现，例如呢实现愿望或者达成目标，我们就可以用 achieve 这个动词。那呢，既然是达成目标或者实现心愿，这个当然是要历经千辛万苦，所以才能够叫达成了。那呢，所以它的名词 achievement 中文呢，我们就翻译为成就，就是呢你已经达成了一些了不起的事业，完成了某一些很难达成的愿望。So those are the rescuers.
Yeah, we've got the invisible giant, we've got the crazy fairy, got the old wizard, and we've got the witch who feels a disappointment and wants to do something good.
Okay, let's get on with the story. It says once they arrived in London, they were directed to Mrs. Trottle's house by the ghosts on platform 13.
Ghosts?
Ghosts.
Okay,
yeah.
So this story is clearly a kind of magical fantasy story. There's some ghosts hanging around this train station platform.
Yeah.
Maybe waiting for a ghost train, we're not quite sure. But they say, okay, Mrs. Trottle's house, it's this way.
Yeah.
Okay, we also saw the phrase arrive in a place, okay? When we use the preposition in, we have to use the name of a city or town or country. So we can arrive in Taipei, but we'd arrive at someone's house. Now, we also saw the phrase be directed to, which means somebody else gives you directions and tells you how to get to a place.
OK， 我们先看一下呢 ，arrive 这个动词，这个字呢表示抵达。那呢，你可以抵达城市哦，或者是一个国家这种比较大的地方呢，我们记得是加上 in，arrive in。那如果你是小一点的地方，例如呢，你到了谁家，或者是你到了学校，我们呢就用 arrive at。OK， 他们抵达伦敦之后呢，就被这个鬼呢带去了目的地，也就是 Miss Trottle 的这个家哦。那 direct 这个动词呢，就是指路、指示的意思哦，就好像呢，你用 Google Map 导航哦。这个呢，就是可以看到你的位置。Okay, so did they find Raymond?
Well, it looks as though we're going to get straight into that bit, and we find out with the article saying there, so at Mrs. Trottle's house,
yes.
There they found Raymond, who had become very spoiled and lazy. Oh, that's not good. We better find out what this means by looking at the word spoiled. So someone who is spoiled, and this is spelled S-P-O-I-L-E-D, spoiled, gets everything they want, usually from their parents. Now, these spoiled kids tend to be from rich families and they have lots of things, and because of this, they believe they should be given everything they want. And what's more, they will start to cry or get angry if they don't get what they want. They're just too used to it. So they'll be like, I want food, and the food comes, and if the food doesn't come,
OK， 所以呢，你看到 Pat 刚刚这个样子呢，就知道呢 spoil child 是什么意思了。OK，spoil 这个动词呢表示溺爱，所以呢 spoil 我们后面加上 ed 哦，它是呢 PP 过去分词，当做形容词呢，这边是表示被动。被动是怎么样呢？就是形容这个小朋友被宠坏了，就像刚刚 Pat 表现的这样子。OK，the crew didn't just meet Raymond, though. The article says they also met Ben, the Trotto's young servant, a kind, modest boy.
Okay, so another boy in the house who is not lazy or spoiled. He's kind and he's modest. He's a servant, which means he has to work there, he does all the jobs and so on. Okay, maybe he helps them, you know, hey guys,
cleaning the house.
Yeah, this is where, or he meets these strange people and he shows them where Raymond is. Now, we've described Ben there as modest, M-O-D-E-S-T, modest. Someone who is modest never shows off or tells people, like, I'm great, this is what I can do, this is how good I am. If you're modest and someone says, you're really smart, you would say, oh, I'm not really that smart. Now, being modest is usually a good thing, but if you are too modest, no one will ever think you're any good at all.
Okay.
So if you can do something, it's okay to let people know. Just don't show off too much.
OK，modest 呢就是形容谦虚的。例如呢，我说Pat， 你今天好帅 ，look really good today.
Oh, please.
OK，this is modest. OK， 没有啦，就是这样子，就是表现得很谦虚。那呢，你也可以说 humble 呢也是可以形容很谦虚的。OK，so the crew find the boys are tell Raymond about what he really is.
Yeah, they tell him all the truth.
Next, we see that Raymond was delighted to learn that he was a prince and agreed to travel back to the island.
Well, you would be, wouldn't you? Someone says, you are the prince and you have an entire magical kingdom that you will rule one day. So he was delighted. Delighted is spelt D-E-L-I-G-H-T-E-D. Delighted. If you're delighted, you're really pleased and happy about something. For example, you could be delighted by some good news or delighted to see someone that you haven't seen for a while.
OK，delight 呢这个字呢可以当名词，也可以当做动词哦。那它当名词呢表示愉快，当动词呢表示使这个人来觉得愉快。那这边呢跟前面讲到 spoiled 一样呢，这边一样，我们 delight 是用过去分词当形容词哦。D-E-L-I-G-H-T 后面加上 E-D， 形容呢很开心、很愉悦的。那课文呢就是说呢，这个 Raymond 呢，就是呢他听说了他是王子的这个新闻呢，他被这个新闻给取悦了，他很开心，所以呢我们用 delighted 来形容。OK，he was delighted. OK，things don't go to the plan though. We see that he disappeared the next day though.
So they tell him, you're a prince, you can have your kingdom, and the next day he's gone, he disappeared. Now why? Why did he disappear? Well, the article gives us a suggestion, okay? It's saying why he might have disappeared. The final sentence in part 2 of the story says, the team soon discovered that Raymond had told Mrs. Trottle of their plan. So we assume the plan is to say, hey Raymond, the Gump it's open, it's got like 8 more days or 7 more days, you got to come back with us and you can see your real parents and you can be the prince and one day the king of this country. And he thinks, great, but they think he's told his mum and because of his mum, disappeared.
Okay, so he's not just spoiled, he's also quite stupid, I think.
I don't think he's that smart, no. Okay, so what is going to happen next? We just don't know, but we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to find out. We're at the end of the article, so it's time for today's For You Chat question.